Hey Optimus, how's it going? Hello, Hot Rod. Whoa, wait. What's that behind you? What are you talking about? It's nothing, man. How many times do I have to tell you? Going back in time and taking out Megatron in some other timeline won't make anyone like you. But if I stop Megatron from killing you, then maybe the fans will be less angry at me. They're always going to remember it. They're fans of a popular franchise. Hello everybody, my name is Kanohii Mineka, and welcome to review number 10, baby! Woo! Yeah! I am really happy that we are at 10 reviews, and I'm also happy that I've been able to do a decent amount of consistent reviews for the past, month or so now. It's been really fun doing these reviews, in all honesty. But hey, I thought that since it's review number 10, I guess we should do something semi-special. And then I guess the next special one would be 25, and then 50, then 100, and then yeah. You get the point. I wanted to do something semi-sorta special, so I was like, hey, why don't I do not just a normal character, but a pop culture icon? So as such, we're reviewing Optimus Prime, baby. To be specific, we are here to review Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Trilogy, Part 1, Siege Voyager Class Optimus Prime. I bet you're wondering, why aren't you reviewing like Galaxy Prime or something? Well, to be frank, it's because I don't want that toy. I have Ultra Magnus, but I don't want that mold as Optimus Prime. As we started with the last Transformers review, we're going to start with the Ult mode. In all honesty, I think this Ult mode's pretty cool. It very much embodies the truck-iness, I guess? Oh, these aren't supposed to be like that. Give me a sec, I mistransformed it. But yeah, as I was saying, I feel like this is a nice, fun, space trucky looking thing. Of course, there's the always present weird leg kibble that's always going to be on Optimus Prime figures. I've just kind of accepted it at this point. However, the underside kibble is honestly not that bad. Like seriously. Like, compared to, like, other Transformers that I've owned, this like especially with Shockwave here, when he's transformed, it just looks like him lying down, and I guess that's kind of accurate to what he was, but hey, this one has very minimal kibble. There isn't much paint on him, so most of the paint comes in from the scratch marks. And honestly, I think they were done pretty well. I kind of wish they were a bit more consistent throughout the figure, but yeah. They're definitely more prevalent on Ult mode rather than this mode, because they're just on this mode, they're just kind of here on where the shoulders are and on the front of the chest. I kind of wish it was more consistent in that. Also, these being silver is really annoying. I wish they at least painted them blue. You know? Who knows, maybe a Takara version did that, I don't know. However, as per Siege's gimmick, he is full of portholes. So he has one on either side of here, one on either side of here of the cab, two up here on the top, as you can see, and I believe that's it for this mode, I think? Am I stupid? I don't know. However, you can also pull up these panels during the transformation, which you can easily forget to do. I don't even think it's in the instructions. And you can just plug in the stack of kibbly weaponry and such. And this is okay. I've never been a fan of weapon storage on Transformers. I feel like the best in Ult mode is for Shockwave, because that honestly looks like just a natural attachment to Shockwave, you know? However, here it's just kind of annoying. I wish we got a trailer, however, this being $30 is really nice. And as you see with Earthrise, which I am planning to get, they've gotten me in their trap. When you add a trailer, it also adds another $20, which seems a bit annoying, but well, I'll see. I don't know if it's worth it or not. Thankfully, none of the kibble gets in the way of its rolling ability, which is really important for a vehicle with wheels. that it's able to roll around without having to get too much paint chipping, because all the paint's either raised or not on the ground. You know? There's just no paint on the wheels, and it's able to roll really nicely. It'll just be like, roll. We're going to end off robot mode here with size comparisons. So, in this mode, he's about like 2.5 inches tall, about 2 inches wide-ish. However, his length, which is what most people will be measuring, is about, let me just unfurl this puppy, is about 5 3/4 inches, I'd say, which is a pretty good size. And to compare him to others, we have Leader Class Shockwave, a Sith Trooper, I guess, because they're both Hasbro products. Marvel Legends The Thing, sure, why not? Out of the way, Hot Rod! His eternal nemesis, Megatron. Amazing Yamaguchi Iron Man. My previous review, the Figurized Standard Broly. Orion Pax. Optimus Prime. And Optimus Prime. How cheeky am I doing a bunch of Optimus Primes? Haha, it's almost like there's a lot of Optimus Prime toys, because he's like the symbol of the franchise or something. Now it is time for us to move on to this beautiful bot's transformation sequence. And honestly, it's a lot of fun. I'm going to start by untabbing a bunch of stuff from the front. So we're going to untab these missile bits, which will unintentionally move these forward as well, which could untab other stuff. Then I'm going to untab these side leg bits to unattach the legs. Then moving up here, I'm going to disattach that from the arm assembly. Then you're going to want to open up the front of the truck and fold this over, which will also move the canopy, and you'll see the head will be there. However, before we get to all that, we're going to want to fold in the bumper. Sorry if you're not seeing it. We're going to want to fold in the bumper and then fold over these bits like so. Then you fold it into itself, and you can see a nice little matrix detail, which sadly is not on the robot, but hey, the new one comes with a matrix. And for now, we will leave that there. As we move on to the arms really quickly, I'm only going to be going over one arm because their transformations are identical. So you're going to want to move it out like so, and furl it forward so that it moves to the front of the chest. And then swivel the bicep so that it is properly oriented so that these scratch marks are on the front. Then to clean things up, you're going to want to fold in the rocket, not around that way, around this way, and you're going to fold over that bit of truck cab. The arms are a bit kibbly, but we'll get to that. Then you're going to want to do the same thing on the other side. From there, we're going to move on to the legs. As you've seen, these have been disattached, or unattached or whatever. You're going to have to move the wheels out of the way for this bit. However, now you're going to want to fold up the body over onto this bit so that it's the straight torso rather than a folded over truck. From there, you're going to want to unattach the legs, swivel them around, fold these bits over while you're at it if you did have them folded over, though you might not. Then you're going to want to have this wheel well rotate around the leg, as you can see, until it hits the other side. From there, you take this bit, fold it down, but before you fold it down fully, you want to fold this bit out, have it like that so that it can plug in to the leg. Then you unfurl the foot so that it's nice and flat. And since this is a very symmetrical transformation, you're going to want to do the same thing on the other side. Before we move on to that, I'm going to quickly cover the axe weapon, where this is an axe, but right now it's in shield configuration. You're going to want to unfurl it, like so, and then in the specific order, you want to unfurl out the small bit of the axe first, and then the larger bit, and boom, you have an axe. Now to finally move on to the torso, to the last bits of the torso, you're going to take this upper bit, swivel it around, and fold it around onto his back until it plugs into the two tabs, which are right here and here. and you'll feel it when they tab into place. From there, we're going to want to open up the truck tits and unfurl the head. However, for the sake of dramatic effect, we're going to swivel it around and then you close up the truck tits. And from here, we get to what I think is a really cool part of the transformation, what they do with the front wheels. So, what you're going to want to do is accordion them into his sides. Not only does this get them out of the way in a really nice, intuitive way, but it also is a nice, cool reference to the original G1 toy, as it had its wheels on its side as well. Then you move the arms down, swivel around the head if you did do the dramatic effect thing, and then there we have Transformers Generations, War for Cybertron, Voyager class, Siege, Optimus Prime. And boy, what a beauty of a figure this is. Like, it reminds me a lot of MP44 aesthetically, specifically with like the way the body is formed. It looks a lot thinner than something like, say, this Optimus, you know? Or like MP44. And honestly, these are the proportions I prefer for an Optimus. I don't know why. I just really like this one's proportions, personally at least. A lot of people do get annoyed at the scuff marks that are throughout his body, which I'll get to when I cover the, oh, let's look at him more in depth or whatever. But I'm fine with it. It's a nice, fun, line-wide gimmick, and if you don't like it, you can easily remove it. I'm pretty sure. Starting with the head, and oh my god, this is just pure Optimus Prime beautiful energy. Like, oh my goodness, this is just perfect Optimus Prime. His eyes are a little bit shiny, which adds that little bit of life to his sculpt. And oh my god, this is just Optimus Prime. The torso does a good job of displaying the line-wide theming of Transformers Siege. Like, it's very G1 inspired, however there are those little bits of techno-cyber detail that lets you know that yes, this is the same, this may be Optimus Prime, but he's a tiny bit Cybertronic, you know, and I don't get why the body would, this body would change too much when he goes from Cybertron to Earth. You would have, of course, there would be tiny things that would change for the sake of the alt mode, but whatever. As with most Transformers, there is back kibble, and honestly, the back, I'm cool with it. I honestly like to think of it as a jetpack, and also since it's on a mushroom peg, I've seen people easily remove it to allow for an even more perfect Optimus Prime body sculpt. And you don't even need to keep it on the mushroom peg to retransform. You just place it on him. Is that parts forming? Yeah. But if that's what you like, then sure. And honestly, the arms are a tiny bit more annoying. Like, that's a lot of kibble. Though you could excuse it by saying that the lower bits are like swing around guns, so he can be like, which I kind of do in personal play or whatever. But these bits are just inexcusable. It's really annoying, but it's a Voyager, I guess. Those are the kinds of concessions we have to make when it's not a masterpiece. A lot of people will be annoyed that the waist and upper legs aren't white, but instead are gray. And for you, I have two things to say. First off, then you should probably get the Walmart exclusive one. That one has the weird cell shading and the white legs. But two, I prefer this, personally, at least. I don't know, this just seems more nostalgic for me, for my personal Optimus Prime memories. I guess with a Universe Armada looking one I know words, the animated battle damage ones, which were the ones that I had as a kid. The lower legs also do a really good job of conveying that this is Optimus Prime. He's got the cool leg vents, which are missing on MP44 because they tried to be as animation accurate, but it's not good to be animation accurate when the animation models are crap. Sorry. Also, feet, nice feet. I like the feet. Optimus Prime. Now, we're going to get on to the figure's articulation, which is stellar. It's even better than MP10. I'm not sure, I mean, it's probably not better than MP44, but like, I don't really think I want to pay $400 for that figure. Starting off with the head, it's on a ball joint, as per usual for a good figure. However, as is the Siege mission, none of the other joints are ball joints because they're not as strong in order to hold up the amount of weaponry you're expected to place into the beautiful portholes. The shoulders are on universal joints, and I don't see why MP44 didn't just make these flaps. I don't get it. They're on universal joints that allow them to go straight out, as well as swivel all the way around, and they are not hindered by the backpack. There's a bicep swivel right here, as well as a 90-degree bend. Oh, I mean, it's a little over 90 degrees, actually, at the elbow. The wrists also have a cheeky swivel, which is always fun. The hips are also universal, allowing them to go forward about that far, not all the way. Back pretty far, though they do get stopped by the kibble, and out fully so you can do a full splits. This bot also has a thigh swivel, which goes a long way in getting him to do good poses, as well as a knee swivel, I guess, while we're at swivels in the legs. He also has a knee that's able to bend, whoa, a lot over 90 degrees, which this is just amazing. I love it. His toes are able to move thanks to the transformation. However, the most notable part of the foot articulation, it has a beautiful pivot, baby, allowing him to get into amazing action poses, because these kinds of joints are extremely important for action poses so that he can keep his stability while doing cool action poses. Sorry about that, giving you motion sickness. Fudge, I dropped stuff. I'm gonna keep this in, actually. I think that's really fun. Since this is a toy that's meant for war, he also has to come with a decent amount of accessories. Speaking of accessories, as previously mentioned, he comes with a cool transforming axe. I wish the blade was orange, or maybe even blue to be a nice animated reference, but this is fine, and also you can get repa labels. And it simply just fits into the 5mm port on the hand. It looks a bit dorky, but it's okay. However, if you want to recreate some like season 1 episode like 2 or 3 or whatever action, you can use this port that was meant for storage and plug it in to the porthole on his arm, allowing him to swing it around like it's an energy axe that unfurled from his hand to fight Megatron. Yo! However, this Optimus doesn't just come with that. He also comes with his iconic ion cannon, sculpted in a nice black plastic, which I wish there was a bit more like battle damage paint on this, but it's okay. And as previously seen, it just simply plugs in with the 5mm port system into his hand, allowing him to wield it in really cool action poses, as previously mentioned. To move on to size, he's a Voyager class figure who's a tiny bit taller than a usual one is. So it's about 7 3/4 inches, even though it doesn't really look like that from the camera angle. I can assure you, well, it's more about 7.5, 7 and a bit. 7 1/4. 7 1/4. Let's say 7 1/4. Let's concede and say 7 1/4. 7 1/4 inches. And to compare him to other figures, here we have Leader, Shockwave from the same line. Leader class, Voyager class. Okay. Black Series Sith Trooper. The Thing. Out of the way, Hot Rod. Megatron. Iron Man. Orion Pax. The other War for Cybertron Optimus Prime, but this time it's the deluxe one. Nope, I don't want to move my hand in there yet, haha. And Studio Series 38 Optimus Prime. And out of these two, I don't know which one you should get. Like, they're both the same price, so I don't know, just get both. They're both really good figures. However, for the final verdict, I'd say yeah, definitely try and pick up this figure. Who knows, maybe the Earthrise one's better. It's probably easier to find right now because this one came out, what, late 2018? Jeez. But yeah, I personally love this figure, and definitely think you should try picking it up. If the Cybertronian vehicle mode isn't really for you, then I guess that's your personal opinion, but I really like it. And I also really like just this Optimus Prime body mode. I just think it's a great figure that I feel like everyone should try and get their hands on. So yeah, final thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this week's toy review. I don't know which skit I went with. So that means there's a deleted skit, which I might upload later on, but we will see. I hope you enjoyed this week's toy review. Next time we'll review something. See you guys next time. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye-bye.